What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. This is Ro from Ro the Installer, and today I'm bringing you a video of me installing my fog lights on the 2022 Honda Civic Sport. I'll be doing the step-by-steps. I'm gonna remove the bumper, run the wires, and install everything on the inside. So stay tuned. So in order to remove the bumper, we have a lot of clips on top. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 clips on top, and I'm not sure how many is underneath the bottom, but I will tell you that once I get down there. And let's go ahead and remove them. So in order to remove the clips, you will need a trim removal tool. You can pick these up on Amazon, eBay. I bought a whole set, so this was one of the pieces that came in it. So what you do, you just use your pry tool and pry the clips. And using this tool will make sure you don't break any of the clips. Just lift this up. That's that for the upper portions. Now I'm gonna remove the clips from underneath the bottom. So under the bottom we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You got 19 clips underneath the bottom. Alright guys, I removed all the clips and screws from top and the bottom. So you have 1, 2, you got 2 bolts and 2 screws from the bottom. And you got another 2 on the corners of the fender. So now I'm gonna go ahead and there's some clips in here that you have to use your trim tool to pry out. So that's the next step. So I'm gonna use this pry tool to get down in here. Alright guys, so I figured out something. I realized that it came off much better removing this trim here that was right here. So just be careful when you're removing this piece so that you don't damage anything. Alright, so I'm just gonna show you how I did it. I'm gonna take it to the next side so you can see. That simple. Put that to the side. And what you want to do, take this side out like that. All right. Now, as you lift the clips in here, you want to pull the bumper out. So that's one. That's two. That's three. And be careful with the last one, how you pull it, because you don't want the bumper to fall on the ground. And that's four. And now the whole bumper is released. Let's take it off. And there you go. Bumper's off. Now you want to make sure you put it down on something so you don't scratch the bottom of it. So like me, I have my cardboard right here. So all I'm gonna do is put it to the side and then continue with the install. All right, guys. Got my fog lights here. Now these are OEM Honda fog lights that came from a Honda CRV. Found them on eBay for like $100. I wanted the OEM Honda fog lights, but I can't find these on their website, so I had to go back to another way of getting them. So yeah, if you want the OEM, the original lights from Honda, you can find them on eBay. I'll put the links in the description. For me, I prefer having the original lights from Honda instead of those generic ones that they have on eBay. So yeah, let's go ahead and install these. So what you want to do is remove these space holders that they have on both corners. So one on the right, one on the left. And you want to remove the screws. Go ahead and do that. All right, so this is what they sent from the factory. Now I'm going to replace it with the light. So the lights are marked left and right. So there's no wrong way to put them in there. We can fit on the side they were meant for. So this one is the left. Go ahead. There you go. Fits perfectly, and you just use the same screws that you just took out to put these back in. All right, so that's the left side. Let's do the right side. Again, you do the same thing like left. All right, and that concludes the installation of the light fixture in the bumper. Now, all we gotta do is run the wiring in the car. So guys, this is my wiring harness that I bought from Amazon. I just bought a regular H11 wiring harness. And what I did was bought the connectors from Rock Auto. So these are some Ford airbag sensors, but they're the same connectors that connects to the fog lights. So what I did, I clipped off the H11 connection point, the connectors, and joined these, the new ones, to the wiring harness. So now it looks factory. So installing this, I think I figured out a way that I'm gonna do it. So this is the way it's gonna be. This one is gonna be over this side, and the shorter one is gonna be on this side. And then the extra wiring, this is gonna go in the interior with the plug. So let's go ahead and get all of this down here secured, and then I'll bring you up into getting this part, the rest of it, through the firewall and into the cabin. So guys, what I did, I found a little space down in here. Focus. And I dropped the wiring through there. Came down to here. And I'm just gonna run it right in front of here. Let that one stay right there and take this one all the way across. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, but there's two openings right here in this slot, so I'm just gonna slide the connector underneath it, and that will be secured right there. Now I'm gonna pull the excess wiring back up into the car. I did get zip ties, so I'm gonna use those to secure these wiring so that they don't move around. Alright guys, got the zip ties, so I'm just gonna go ahead and secure these over here. Make sure I have enough before I zip tie it. Now, just gonna clean up these wires, these wire ties. Just use your clipper. Clean them up. Alright, now that's done. Alright guys, so I went ahead and ran the wires somewhat. I'm not done yet. So this piece is going to be going in the cabin. I connected my ground right here on this bolt right here. My live wire, I haven't connected that yet. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use my test light Let me show you what that is. I'm gonna use my test light, and I'm gonna be tapping into the headlight wiring to find my 12 volt, because I don't want the switch to have a constant 12 volt power going. That's what would happen if I connected it directly to the battery. Don't want that, so I'm gonna go to a source where the power is dead once I turn off the car. So this is the plug for the headlight. So what I'm gonna do now, connect this to the ground of the car, connect it to the battery, should be okay. So now I'm gonna go in the car, turn it to on. Not gonna start it, I'm gonna go past accessory mode and go to on, because I don't want it to be turned on accessory mode either. And once I do that, I'm gonna be testing, just plug this in these little holes, and whichever one lights up, that's the one I'm gonna tap into back here with my wire tap. So give me one quick. All right guys, so I tested it, and I think I'm gonna go with this blue wire here. So it's the second one from the top, the way I have it like this. So it's the blue wire beside the yellow wire, just this one right here. So I'm gonna tap into this wire, connect my positive. Because when I turn it on, when I put it to accessory mode, there's no light in my tester, my test light. And when I put it to on, and I put it in, you get a blue light. The red light. The light in the tester. So this is the wire I'm gonna be using. So I'm just gonna get my wire tap and tap into this one. Now this is my wire tap that I'll be using. All you have to do is take this off. Put the wire in here, which would be the wire from the headlight unit, from the headlight wire harness, right here. And then tighten this, like so. That's tapped. All I would have to do after that is plug the harness back in, but I won't do that just yet. I need to finish setting up this side. So this piece, I'm gonna cut it, run it through this part, and tighten it right here. Or you know what? I'm just gonna use the fuse just to be safe. My wire cutter. Just gonna cut it. Cut it right here. Strip it. Now be careful when you strip these wires, because you might cut it right through. So just be very careful. Seems like I need a little bit more. I had my wire stripper, I can't find it. So now I'm stuck using a wire cutter. Okay, so now you want to string this right through here. And you tighten it on right here. And there you have that. Secured connection. See. Now, what I'm gonna do is gonna run a little tape around these right here to make it a little bit nicer. I'm just gonna go ahead and plug this back in first. Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and tape these together. I'll be running this wire back here. I was trying to find a mounting point for this relay, but can't seem to find one, so I'm just gonna let it hang. That's no problem. In case I need to change the fuse, everything is very easy to get to. What I am gonna do is put a wire tie right here. That is secured. The relay is not going anywhere. Tucked away right underneath this framework. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean this off. Clean that up. And I'm just gonna let this fuse hang down. Or I could use another wire tie. I should have just wire tied everything together, but yeah, let me do that. Let me remove this. Another one. I'm gonna wire tie all these together. The fuse holder and the relay. Now I'm about to take it closer so you can see what I did. So as you can see, everything is right underneath here. Wire tapped right there. Fuse holders up here with the relay all tucked underneath the framework. Looks like a very clean install. Okay, let's finish the wiring. Now what you can do with this one now, the way I'm going to do it, this wire that goes into the cabin does not have a heat protection over it. So I'm just gonna take it out of the engine bay and run it over the fender. Just so I can protect the wires on the inside, because I don't want it to overheat and burn. So I went ahead and took out the grommet. It is right at the door. When you open the door, it's right on the side. I'm gonna show it to you in a second. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put a hole in this and run my wire through it. So you need something pointy. I'm gonna find the middle. Just go right through, just like that. This wire with this grommet. So this part snaps into the frame. This part faces outside. So make sure you push the wire from this side. Now I'm gonna fish this wire through the fender lining right here. Open the door and you'll find it. Alright guys, so I went ahead, fished it all the way through. What you want to do is get a wire clothes hanger or something to fish it all the way through the fender. The fender lining is right there, so there are small openings that you can just slide their clothes hanger through to get it all the way to over that side. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna zip tie these wires together. Next up, we're gonna finish on the inside. Alright guys, so this is where the wire came through. There's a grommet right here that you can remove. Take that out, put the hole in it, run the wire through it. As you can see, my wire came out through up there, and I put it underneath this wiring for the door so it won't be in the way when the door closes. And I fished it through, came through here, and I'm gonna put my switch in one of these spots. I think I'm gonna put it right here. So let's get one of these empty panels out. Yeah, so I don't want to take all this down, so I have this tool from my kit. So what I'm gonna do is just hook it into the side of the empty spot and pull it out. And there you go. Now the wire is in, so this is just gonna come up here through here, but I need to pull some more wire from that way. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and repin my connector. Let me remove this tape. So what I did, I took a photo before I depinned it. So now I just need to go back to my photo to do the repin. Now before you depin it, my wiring has 2 red wires. So what I did was mark one of them to know exactly where it came from. So this one, I use my pen to put a black marking on there, and this one was left open. Okay, so let me go back to my photo and check that out. All right guys, so I already pushed them in, so all you got to do is just slide them back where you got them from. So red, blue, red, and then the last one was black. You just do like that, and you slide it in till you hear that click. You push this back down and lock it back into place, and now this is done. Now all you have to do, get your switch, run this up back through here, I still didn't get the wire from out here. So let me do that real quick. Now I have enough. And all I have to do is try to get it through here. And there you go. All I have to do is plug this in. And fit it in like that. And it looks like factory. There you go. That's on, that's off. Now what we're gonna do, bring the bumper closer and work the switch to make sure everything works properly. Let's go. Now I got the bumper closer. I'm gonna plug in the lights. plugged in. Now let's test them. And there you go. We have lights. They work just fine. Let's try the headlights. And guys, that is how you install the fog lights. All that's left to do, put the bumper back on the car, and we're done. Okay guys, so all we're gonna do now is do everything in reverse. So now we're gonna, first of all, I'm gonna put these back on so I don't have to mess with them when the bumper's back up. This goes to the left. This goes to the right. Now, let's pick up the whole bumper and the car. Alright guys, bumper's back on, and that concludes this portion of the video. Fog lights installed, works perfectly, and that's how you do it. Thank you for tuning in to another video. Hope you enjoyed this one, and thank you for viewing. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment below. I will link everything in the description. And thank you. See you in the next one.